Let's go.
All right. What's up, guys? Rivals Podcast, episode 9, I think this is. Connor Drake, Ethan Hurst, Will Lehman. We got a ton to talk about today, especially if you're a BYU fan. You're going to want to listen the entire time. We have so much to talk about with BYU. But first, I want to do a little bit of NFL talk because it feels like we haven't done a lot of general NFL talk lately. So I wanted to start with that. Lehman, I feel like you were watching a little bit of the end of that Lions game. I felt like down the stretch their decisions got a little interesting. I know I have the like the drive chart up just to make sure I get this right.
Yeah.
They had a turnover on downs at the end of the third quarter where Jahmyr Gibbs caught a screen pass for 48 yards and then they go out on downs and he doesn't get a touch during that four
Yeah.
play
No,
series.
they've got I did not like that because this was that Dan Campbell's was that his first week of calling plays?
That was his second. He was calling him
The
last week
second.
too.
Because I
Yeah.
will say I think his play calling is a lot better because he's getting like JMO involved too for the because like I mean obviously I need to demon at yards after catch, but like I did not understand the David Montgomery. I didn't understand that him being after that list. Those last two possessions. I feel like he should solely be a third and short, back and forth and short, and like goal line. But like even then, I think Jameer should get more of the touches.
Yeah,
Like,
it is
he's
way
just
too
better.
it's way too even right now.
Yeah,
And then
because
the next drive you had sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you had
no,
long pass, and then you had Jahmyr Gibbs 11-yard run, and then you could go like incomplete pass, incomplete pass, punt.
yeah.
Like this is early in the fourth quarter, and you're only down. Like you're down 10, but you can still run the ball.
What
I
did
don't know.
Gibbs have? Did he have like 11 carries only? I think last game.
Yeah, I think he had 12.
12. Like
I have
that.
to double check.
I
Yeah,
feel like he's
he
a
had
dude that should
12
be getting.
carries.
He
Yeah.
should be getting like 15 minimum a game, like
Yeah.
minimum.
He did have double Montgomery's carries, which I'm surprised by because it felt like this what I'm talking about though is down the stretch. It
Yeah.
felt like Montgomery was in the game a lot
On
more,
the,
which I
on the
don't
year, he has 28 more total carries than Montgomery. Like
okay,
that,
yeah.
that's like pretty close to 50-50. It's like
Yeah,
128 to like 104,
right.
which
Yeah,
I
no,
think
I
is
feel like
absurd.
Gibbs is one of the most like dynamic playmakers in the NFL. I feel like they just got to use him more because I feel like when he has the ball, good things happen.
Even if they throw like a freaking like pitch or like
Yeah,
like a like little screen pass, like a I don't know, like yeah, just
but
get on the
I mean,
ball.
obviously the Lions' offensive issues go deeper than that. Maybe you kick a field goal once in a while,
Yeah,
but
that could help too. I mean, they got a good kicker. Bates is not a bad kicker. Like
yeah,
he's pretty automatic. Yeah, hey, we've always said it, Drake. We always said that the stupid plays are gonna catch up. Like
I
we have
agree.
been
I
saying this
it
for like 3 years,
We
dude.
have been saying that for the longest time. I'm actually glad it's finally catching up to them.
Because I
Because I remember
remember, I remember against the Niners to go to the Super Bowl like 2 years. Remember that? Do you remember he like went for the fourth down and they
I
didn't get
remember
it?
yeah, I
Yeah.
remember last year when they were playing the Packers. It
Oh,
was
and it
like,
worked, bro.
yeah,
It was
they could
they
have
could
kicked
have
the field
iced
goal
it
like
with the field goal.
yeah, yeah, and given Jordan Love the ball back with like 30 seconds left and no timeouts, but they went for it on like fourth and
Fourth
one.
and one,
Yeah,
and Jared Goff tripped, but
yeah,
like
that
got the
like
handoff off somehow, dude. Oh, that made me
yeah,
so mad,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, that was nuts. I'm glad it's catching up to them though.
Yeah, it's about time, bro. Those plays are so annoying.
Yeah. Let's switch gears here. We were talking a little bit about this too. I want to get both your opinions on this. Chiefs playoff chances. What are they looking like? Hurst, do you have an opinion on how likely is it the Chiefs make the playoffs at this point in time?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know how the rest of their season schedule looks like. Is it tough?
It's cake.
Is
They
it
Yeah, it's
got the Broncos
five
once
and
the
six right
chart.
now?
The Broncos and Chargers are the two hardest teams left, I'm pretty sure.
Colts, Cowboys, Texans, Chargers, Titans, Broncos, Raiders.
Like Raiders, that's a win. Titans, that's a win. Texans, that's probably a win.
The big game, they need to beat the Chargers.
They didn't beat the Broncos.
But okay, we're assuming they're probably going to be a wild card team at this point, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the Broncos are three ahead.
Yeah, so if you like the teams they're competing with for the wild card, like a lot of them, the problem is a lot of them they don't have head to heads against. Like you brought that up the other
They're
day,
two
like
ga theoretically they're 2 games out right now because the
yeah,
Jaguars have the 7 seed and the Jaguars have the head to head. So even if they
yeah,
were to
and
finish the same record,
they also don't have the head-to-head against the Bills, and they lost to the Chargers as well.
Yeah.
Now, a big head-to-head that they do have is Baltimore, so that might be able to help them down the
I feel
stretch.
like Baltimore's though is like I think they're sound winning the division. I don't think
But
I don't think that division's getting two teams into the playoffs.
you know what? Yeah, you're right. I agree with that. So that yeah, exactly. So then that makes their case even worse then.
The
That's why I'm
Jaguars could have done a lot of damage if they won that Texans game.
yeah.
That I think that game comes back to bite them. That was costly.
Yeah.
And then I think for the Chiefs, I think this week's a big week versus the Colts
I agree with that. Yeah.
because
Uh,
this is also a good test for the Colts though too because I've been seeing some like fraud stuff because like they're like only really like big wins are like the Broncos and Chargers. Like
I don't
and the
know
Broncos
with,
was that was fluke. That was so fluky. I don't know
with
if
the
you're
way
watching it.
Jonathan
There was a roughing the kicker.
Yeah, yeah, I remember
Or
that.
no, it was leverage. It was leverage.
Yeah. I remember that because I had the Broncos and pick them that week, and that screwed me.
Yeah,
But yeah, um I think there it's you can only be so fraudulent the way Jonathan Taylor is playing right now.
I agree
But
with that. But
yeah,
it'll be interesting because I feel like the Chiefs got a pretty good secondary. So it'll be
yeah,
interesting to see how they use how Daniel Jones performs.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, this is a big game. If the Chiefs lose this week, they're cooked.
yeah. I'd agree with that. Any quick opinions on the Shadur Sanders debut?
Trash.
How do you talk all that talk and then do that?
I mean, you have to be like you can't even use the excuse that you didn't get reps either because that's your
That
job as a
pissed me off.
yeah.
Like
It,
your job is to be good at throwing the football.
yeah, I mean, I think there was some good and there was some bad. It was mostly bad,
It
and
was pretty much all bad.
yeah,
He had
uh,
one good
he's
pass.
he's got an opportunity this week against the Raiders,
Yeah,
so that'll be interesting to see what that looks like.
Max Crosby might eat him. He might have 6 sacks.
The other thing I wanted to talk about really quick is what the Bears playoff outlook is looking like. And I know Layman's going to have some strong opinions on this. But right now we're sitting at 7-3, first place in the NFC North. And we are tied with Green Bay for the hardest remaining schedule in the NFL. All we have to do is get presumably at 7-3, all you have to do is win four more games. Now people are probably wondering what's the easiest path to win those four games. I think this weekend's got to be one of them. And then you figure Philly will be a loss. And then you, Cleveland is not like none of these games are easy. These are all hard games. But in terms of what's the easiest path to get to 11 wins, like Cleveland's got to be on there. And then honestly, like I mean this in the most respectful way to like Green Bay, but like the easiest path is beating Green Bay twice.
That is not happening. There's just no way that happens. Bro,
I really
they are struggling against the little sisters of the poor. I mean,
struggling's a strong word.
They beat the Giants because Jackson Dart got injured. Like, if he doesn't get injured, they're not winning that game. They beat the Raiders because of a blocked field goal. They
We beat
they
we
beat
beat the
the
Giants.
They
We
beat
beat
the
the Giants,
Vikings with one of the worst QB performances I've ever seen by an opposing QB and JJ McCarthy. Shout out Thug of the Week candidate.
Fine.
And
yeah. Another, oh yeah, I forgot to mention another
they got
thug of
like
the week.
how do you have, okay, going to that Vikings game, how do you have a 60-yard kick return? How are you not kicking that thing out of the end zone? That's horrible.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. We just special
That's
teams won that game. That's a great play. I don't think you could really fault the Bears for having a timely kick return.
yeah,
Uh,
but that's lucky. He didn't do anything. Like everyone's like
it's not
Caleb Williams led the game-winning drive. No, he
yeah,
freaking
okay.
didn't.
I
He didn't
did
do
see some
anything.
headlines that were like Caleb Williams comes in clutch again.
Caleb
Like he did
Williams
not
clutch
do,
comeback again once again. Like, no, he did not have a clutch comeback. He got a 60-yard kick return and handed the ball off a couple times, and Cairo saved his job.
but I will say we won. The reason we won that Giants game is because Brian Dable decided to kick a field goal on the half-yard line instead of go for it up
Yeah,
7
that
points.
too.
That was yeah.
Yeah. And I mean he's fired, but yeah. So I don't know. That is my opinion on the easiest path. There's other ways, like if we get everyone healthy, I mean, I really like our chance against some of these better teams. Like that Detroit Week 18 game at home is really interesting to me. I think if we have everyone fully healthy by Week 18. But yeah, we'll see as it plays out, obviously.
I think
And
this is
then
a
real,
big. I think this is a big week versus
yeah,
Seahawks.
absolutely.
This is the weakest team besides the Browns.
I've heard some Bears fans say they'd rather not have Rodgers play. Like I would rather have Rodgers play.
That's soft.
Yeah, I don't. I would want his. I mean, even if the thing is, I think this is the most likely scenario is that Rodgers plays and plays poorly, and then he uses his injury as an excuse. That would be the most Aaron Rodgers thing to do,
Yeah,
in my
that would be very Aaron See, I don't think that happens though. 24-5.
no.
He'll like go on some miracle run and like torch the Bears for like 8 touchdowns and like
I am worried about the matchup with Aaron Rodgers in this Bears secondary for sure. Before we move on from the NFL, um, or just talking about general NFL, I wanted to get your guys' opinion on like who do you guys general. This is just a very loose pick. Super Bowl favorites right now, like super one team from the AFC, one team from the NFC.
go ahead,
Hmm.
Hurst.
I'll go first. I got
Yeah, go
right
for it.
now. Uh, I might get clowned for this, but I got Rams Patriots right now. Personally, I
I
think those
like
have been
I
the two
like that.
strongest teams.
Hmm.
For me, I got the Bills after that performance against the Bucks. If they can fix their defense, I think this is the year because Josh has always had the roadblock of Mahomes, and if Mahomes doesn't make it this year, this is his year to make it to there. And then I agree with the Rams, but I still think the NFC is wide open.
The NFC is really
I'm
good.
holding out hope for the Packers if they get it all together and get their pieces healthy. Jaden Reed and Josh Jacobs. Like I
Yeah,
think them, the Eagles, the Lions.
yeah. You definitely can't count out Philly, and I definitely would not count out Seattle.
NFC
They
is just
gave,
way more wide open than the AFC.
yeah,
I've
I'd agree.
I think the Rams probably as of right now. Maybe the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Like
you got to pick Hurst.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Eagles and the Patriots.
Yeah, sounds like we're all thinking similarly.
I like the Patriots pick.
Yeah, I was thinking we'll stay in NFL, uh, and just talk about Bears and Packers. So, Layman, I'll let you take the Packers first. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind of a scary win with Jordan Love going down there for a little bit, and then Josh Jacobs going down after 7 touches. But Emmanuel Wilson stepped up big, had that nice 10-yard touchdown, had some good catches. Chris Brooks had a really good block that set up Christian Watson for his touchdown, which was good to see. BYU guy right there, Hurst, I think. Uh, Christian Watson, big game though. Jordan Love. I mean, the stat line doesn't show it. He went 13 for 24, but there were 7 drops. So that part is scary as a Packers fan, especially Romeo Dobbs. I think he had 3. And Luke Musgrave did not. He played bad. Like that Tucker Kraft's just a bigger and bigger loss every week. So hopefully Jalen Reed's practice window did open though. I think there's maybe a chance he plays this Sunday. Like very outside, which would be great to have him back. Hopefully Golden gets all healthy, so health up. Uh Keyshawn Nixon had another rough game, so we're hopefully the secondary gets cleaned up too. The biggest 2 things is getting healthy and getting the secondary cleaned up. Other than that, solid win. I mean, got the job done. Wasn't the prettiest, but took care of business against a bad team.
Yep. I saw some Bears fans posing this question about the Bears. I wanted to ask you this question about the Packers. It's all right if it takes you a minute to think, because I know I did not prepare you for this question at all. But who would be, we're a little over halfway through the season, who at this point would be your Packers offensive MVP and defensive MVP of the season so far?
Defensive is Micah Parsons. I mean, that dude, the sacks aren't there, and people have been getting like on him for that. But that dude puts so much pressure on the quarterback. It's actually crazy. And Rashawn Gary has like 8 sacks on the year. He's looking at like a career high. And like we have like I think we have a really bad cornerback room that's being made look average because of what he does and forces the ball out so quick. For offense, Josh Jacobs as of right now. I mean, 11 touchdowns. Not been the most efficient, but Before it would have been Tucker Kraft before 2 weeks ago, but definitely Josh Jacobs. What about for you for the Bears?
Uh, I think I agree with this was pretty consensus online was offense is definitely Joe Thuney. I mean, he's been phenomenal this season. Uh, he has some crazy stat lines in terms of like not allowing pressures, and he's just been. I feel like he is the piece that makes it go on that offensive line. PFF had us at eighth, our offensive line at eighth in the NFL. So that's a big improvement from last year, and it's largely because of him and the culture he brings. It won't show up in any stat sheet or anything, but that's critical. And then defensive has to be Tremaine Edmonds. I mean, he's just
Yeah,
if you watch a Bears game, he's just all over the field, and he helps. Our defensive line has been kind of our weak spot this year, but he helps us, and along with our secondary, but he helps us out so much in the run game, and he's a big presence in the middle of the field, and I feel like he helps us week in, week out. But yeah, I'll talk Bears like super quick because I really want to get to this BYU stuff. But I mean, yeah, that had the looks of every like Bears Vikings game ever. Like Bears look dominant, then the Bears can't do anything, and the Vikings come back and win. But shout out Devin Duvernay, big kick return, and then Cairo nailed the field goal. Yeah, another big game for Tremaine Edmonds. Caleb Williams inconsistent, especially early, but he did enough to get the job done. Run game was good today. Swift had a great game. Luther Burden's getting a lot more involved in the offense, which I'm sure a lot of Bears fans love to see. And the reality is this, I mean, this is a really good the style we're playing right now is very sustainable. Like the word sustainable has crept into this argument. Like, yeah, the Bears might get beat by teams that are better than them. Example like Baltimore, but you can't argue with we're winning the turnover margin and we're running the ball really well and our offense looks good. Like this style of play looks pretty sustainable to me through 11 games, so or 10 games. So I'm very excited about that. All right, Hurst, we're getting to your Cougars now. I really want to talk to you. First about let's go to hoops. Let's talk about the BYU narrow loss to UConn. What do you see there?
Yeah, that was such a good game and heartbreaker, obviously. But I mean, I don't want to get into the hypotheticals all too much because I don't like when other people do it. But I mean, down two starters pretty much the whole game. That's tough. Obviously, you guys saw Kennard Davis with the, DUI suspicion. Um, and then our center, Kiba Keita, got shoulder straight to the head 8 minutes in. So pretty much down two starters the whole game. Um, I mean, and at one point BYU was down by 20. So it's crazy how they even fought back and got it within two. And I mean, AJ Debansa is obviously one of one. He's crazy. I mean, his shot making ability. Um, I mean, he just got NBA moves, NBA body already. It's crazy. And the only thing I'm concerned about is BYU's depth right now. Last year, BYU's depth was not a problem at all. I mean, BYU's depth was probably the best part of their team. And then this year, it just kind of seems like a 3 year or a three-man punch. And Rob Wright, Richie Saunders, AJ Devansa. I mean, I think those three are averaging like almost 70 points combined, which is crazy for three guys. And yeah, good game. UConn's a good team. I know they lost today to Arizona, which
they
Arizona's
lost
awful
that.
right now. Yeah, Arizona's going crazy.
Did they just beat UCLA, right?
Arizona?
Yeah. Or who
They
was
beat
it?
Florida. I
Was
don't
Florida? Who just? Oh,
Florida.
UCLA just lost to someone. I forget who.
But yeah, I think BYU's still a good team. They only dropped two spots to number nine, which I think is pretty valid. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how Akiba Keita. I think he's day to day right now, obviously, with Davis. Not sure how that's gonna pan out. BYU's got the honor code, so it's almost certainly a suspension.
Thug of the week number two.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that another Thug of the Week
That's our
nomination?
second thug of the week. And we should have said it earlier. The third one's Jamar Chase for
Yeah,
obvious
Jamar Chase
reasons.
is absolutely the third Thug of the Week. JJ
Borderline.
McCarthy,
JJ
JJ
McCarthy's
McCarthy,
borderline.
honorable mention.
Yeah, yeah,
Honorable
honorable mention.
his fake nine alter ego.
Did you
But you
see
were right.
his
Bad.
Go
analogy
ahead.
today? Actually, that's off topic. Screw that. He said something stupid again today.
Not surprised. You were right though, Layman. Going back on topic here, um, Arizona did beat UCLA.
I was gonna say I thought they
Oh, I
did.
didn't know
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
So that's UCLA, UConn, and that's crazy. So I mean, they have a real shot to go to number one then after this week. You'd think, right?
Quite the resume so far. I don't know.
yeah,
Can you put them at one?
I mean,
Maybe th I mean, definitely three because they just beat UConn.
I just
yeah.
I feel like the resume is better
Maybe.
than Purdue or Houston right now.
Purdue and Houston have some pretty. Purdue won at Bama and Houston won at Auburn. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's pretty good. Hurst, I wanted to ask you if you have any thoughts. I don't know if BYU plays Wisconsin Friday, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that game at all?
No, I just know Wisconsin's a good team. Um, that's being played in Salt Lake City at the Delta Center. So it's pretty much a BYU home game, which is good. BYU always shows out at home games. Um, hopefully we're at full strength. I don't know. Obviously, I said I don't know on any updates so far with our center, and then obviously Davis at shooting guard. If I think it's pretty safe to say that Davis won't play this weekend. Kata, I don't know. His is just like I might have got concussed. I don't know how serious it is, but yeah. Hopefully we can win that game. That'll be a big win, pretty solid win.
Yeah. It doesn't look like anything too major happened with, I mean, Iowa basketball got a win over Xavier, and I mean, Tennessee basketball is just rolling right now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and fast forward because I want to get to this BYU football. Um, First, I was able to watch a little bit of that TCU game. I was really impressed with the BYU offense. I could not believe that was the same offense I watched against Texas Tech. I think one like underrated, you correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like Parker Kingston is like an underrated piece to your guys' offense. I think he's a great wide receiver
He's
too.
good, dude. He wasn't as much of a piece last year, but he has taken a huge step up, and he is fast as hell too. And he is just good. I don't know.
And you guys got LJ Martin back. He looks great, right? He was back.
Yeah, he was having a shoulder issue, but seems to be at full strength now. He's a good running back as well.
Any more thoughts on the TCU game?
I mean, we finally got that, blowout eye test win. Um, I mean, yeah, offense looked great, defense looked great. Finally put it all together, and last year, I think BYU learned a lot from last year. Losing to Kansas at home, which ultimately cost them a spot in the championship game. And then, losing the next week to Arizona State as well. So I think BYU did a good job of bouncing back from Texas Tech, you know, getting killed over there and then bouncing back and demolishing a solid TCU team.
Yeah. So I don't know if all BYU fans realize what's at stake this weekend. So obviously, if you lose this game to Cincinnati, you're pretty much eliminated from college football playoff contention. But you also, assuming that Utah and Houston and ASU win this week, you go into a five-way tie for second place in the Big 12. And I'm pretty sure if I'm reading into this right, that Utah comes out on top of that tiebreaker, regardless of the BYU Utah head to head, because they have a 2-1 record against teams in that tiebreaker because they have wins over Arizona State and Cincinnati.
No,
So
yeah,
so not only would BYU lose the opportunity to play in the college football playoff, they pretty barring anything crazy, they'd be eliminated from the Big 12 championship game as well if they drop this Cincinnati game this weekend.
yeah. No, this is definitely the biggest game of the year so far. Yeah, if BYU loses this game head to head against Utah, it doesn't matter because yeah, like you said, it's a five-way tie, and head-to-head doesn't matter when it's a five-way tie for second place. I don't even know if it's a five-way, four-way maybe.
Yeah, it's
But
BYU Houston, Utah, Cincinnati, and
Cincinnati.
ASU would all be in a five-way tie.
Oh yeah, ASU. Yeah, ASU as well. So yeah, this
BYU
is
is favored this week. That's crazy.
who
Yeah,
is
finally.
BYU's favorite?
They're favored by 2.5.
Okay, nice. But
I'd be
yeah,
feeling good if I was you, Hurst. Coming off a loss to Zona, Cincinnati is like,
yeah. I don't know. It's still definitely a losable game, obviously. I almost wish Cincinnati won last week because that'd make it a
yeah.
ranked matchup. Because Cincinnati's loss didn't mean anything. It's like if they win this week, yeah, BYU's still in a bad spot. BYU does have the opportunity to clinch this week, though. If they win, and then I think it's ASU and Houston have to lose, I
Okay,
believe.
I did see that scenario, but I
Yeah.
couldn't remember exactly which teams. Okay, so it's
I don't
ASU and Houston that have to lose?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Obviously, if BYU wins out, they're in.
Yeah,
Um, but like if they do lose another regular season game as well, obviously they need help.
yeah.
Um, but yeah.
All right. Yeah. Um, yeah, we'll get back to BYU and um definitely their playoff outlook. If you had any quick thoughts on Tennessee football, Layman, beat New
Uh,
Mexico State, got Florida next week.
yeah, no, honestly, a pretty sloppy win. Joey threw two more picks. But I don't know. Still holding out hope. If we win both these games and everything goes right above us somehow, by some miracle that we sneak in like the 11th seed.
Yeah, I mean that Vandy game, you never know what could happen with that,
That's
especially
it. We
with
need that. We need Vandy to win out before
yeah.
that to up to that game. Like that needs to be. We need them to get to like 12 or 13.
And you should be rooting against BYU this weekend
Yeah, yeah, technically,
if
yeah.
you think Tennessee has any type of long shot of making it into the field.
Yeah, no. I'll root for BYU up until the championship versus
That's fair.
Texas Tech.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we need some losses. Notre Dame loss would be kind of nice. Uh,
Yeah.
maybe some Oregon losses, like two of them. If Iowa could just clutch it up, gosh.
Yeah, well, Iowa can't seem to buy one against a ranked team. We threw again against USC. I mean, the reality of it is I was gonna come on here and give a rant about the officials, but I don't really want to waste that time. Um, at the end of the day, you can't score 0 points against USC in the second half and expect to win the game. That offense is just way too dynamic. And Iowa's offense is improving. It's come a long way, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's just not, it's not right now good enough to beat top, like top 25 teams. And we've seen that proven all year this year. Um, but yeah, we got seniors day against Michigan State. Should be a blowout. Michigan State's not very good. Haven't won a conference game yet. All right, let's get back to BYU here. Um, So, what are we thinking in terms of the most likely loss is Oregon, right? The most likely loss in the field is Oregon. So BYU fans definitely should be rooting against Oregon this week. Do you have any other thoughts on BYU's playoff outlook, Hurst?
Yeah, I mean, this whole Notre Dame thing, dude, is just like it's stupid. I don't know. It's completely eye test, obviously, because you can't. I mean, BYU's strength of resume is better. Their strength of schedule is better. They have one less loss. So then, like, how are you ranking Notre Dame above BYU then? Is it eye test? Is it that Texas Tech game? Like, I don't know. I truly believe BYU should be in the field right now. It I mean 9-1 team only lost to number five Texas Tech on the road. Like
Yeah.
so what does that mean for BYU in the future? Do they need to go undefeated in the regular season?
If if BYU wins out and plays Texas Tech competitively in the Big 12 championship game, there should be no discussion that BYU gets in the field over Notre Dame. The reason that Notre Dame is in the field right now, I feel like it should be a big metric for the committee is that you have to prove that you can compete with teams in the field, like in the college football playoff field. And I'm pretty sure the commissioner came out and said that the loss to Texas Tech is really what's holding BYU back in terms of rankings. I honestly was not impressed with a lot of his. I watched the end of that show and like when Reese Davis was like interviewing him, I was not impressed with a lot of his responses, but I don't know how good of a job they do at looking at versus eye test. Like resume has to come first, and then if the resumes are pretty identical, then you go to eye test, is my opinion, because you have to value result. But
No, Notre
yeah,
Dame fans are soft, so
yeah,
can't
and
upset them.
Bama below Notre Dame is nuts.
Mm,
With
I also wanted to
I
talk
don't even
about
like Bama. That's crazy
yeah,
though.
that is crazy. Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
get that
understand
either.
that.
I think that's even crazier, honestly.
No, that is terrible.
But I honestly, I do want to say this though, too. In Notre Dame's defense, I do not understand how Miami fans are dragging out this head-to-head crap for this long. It like your loss to Louisville is detrimental. Your home loss to Louisville, where you looked like crap in the fourth quarter, that should be detrimental to your resume, and it is. And the committee is holding them to that. So I think that's deserved. I don't think that Miami, the commissioner said it. He said that Miami and Notre Dame really aren't even being discussed in the same pool. And I don't know what your guys' opinion on that is, but I think that is right.
I
Um,
agree.
yeah. I think, um, shoot, sorry. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk a little about this Oregon USC game. Uh, it's a really big game. I feel like Oregon's gonna win the game, but Oregon better be ready for a four-quarter game because this USC offense is like top three in the country. And they're not gonna, I mean, they're gonna just keep them in the game. USC's defense is not necessarily anything to write home about, but they don't have to hold up very long. I mean, if USC can just get a couple stops and maybe get a pick that can be in this game, but I think Oregon's running game is going to be the difference. Notre Dame ran for like 300 yards um against USC earlier this season, so I think that's where they have the biggest advantage. Layman, what's your opinion on Texas being behind Vanderbilt?
I mean, Vandy has two losses and Texas has three. I think that's what it really comes down to. And I mean, that was kind of a blowout versus Georgia. That was bad. That was
Yeah.
not a good look on
I
Texas.
still
I
I
think that
think
I don't know if they can really make the playoffs. I mean, maybe with three L's. Actually, I think they still could, but they're gonna have to sneak in like as an 11 seed. They're in the same situation as Tennessee, if you ask me.
I I think it's a strong argument for I'm gonna disagree. I feel like it's a strong argument. Texas still has a strong argument to be in
Really?
the field. The head-to-head over Van, like they should not have dropped below Vandy. Because I think Texas, I've seen this argument from a lot of Texas fans. It's a strong argument that if you had just played a FCS team week one instead of Ohio State, they'd be hosting right now. They'd
That's
be
a good
projected to
point.
host.
That's a good point.
I don't know how what's your opinion, Hurst,
On,
on Texas being, do you think Texas should still be considered to get in the field? And is it right that they're behind Vandy?
I don't think Texas should be in the field.
Yeah.
Three L's,
Yeah,
though.
that I agree with her because of the three losses.
Like,
Like,
yeah, no, that's my answer.
I think one of the biggest issues in college football right now is there's too much emphasis on the one loss, two loss, three loss. You really have to strength of schedule needs to be considered more. Um, I've been working on a good system that takes like it's basically like the net rankings in college basketball. I might put about or
Uh-oh.
run.
jeez, the weekly glitch. No, I actually agree with Drake. There needs to be a Q1, Q2, and Q3 wins
Yeah, I agree.
because oh my gosh, it's actually bad how they don't they need something, bro. Like college basketball is so good though. Like they have that down to a T.
Yeah,
I feel like I don't know how you could. It'd be difficult though because not all power conferences are the same. I don't know. It'd be tough. All
Yeah.
right, first let's get to pick
Uh,
'em.
I,
Hold on. Should we just
Just go
should
to
we just
let's.
post our pick 'em? I kind of wanted to go back to
Okay, go back then.
to
Let's. Oh,
BYU. Like
yeah, let's go back to BYU. We only got 3 minutes anyways. All right, everyone will post the pick 'em.
we'll post pick 'em.
You looking?
What about Oklahoma and Mizzou? Like, do you think Missouri has a chance to beat Oklahoma
I
at
mean,
Oklahoma?
I don't think Mizzou's that good, to be honest.
No, I don't either.
I They had a
But do you,
really they're kind of like Tennessee. I'm not gonna lie, had a really weak non-con and then like kind of blew against the big
yeah.
teams.
Okay, here's a hypothetical situation. So let's say BYU is at 11 right now in the playoff rankings.
Yeah,
So they're the first team out.
they're the first
Is
team
B-
in. They're the last team in.
No, they're the first team out.
Oh wait, because the ACC doesn't have one in the top
Because
12.
the
Yeah,
ACC
yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
gets
You're
an
right. You're right.
automatic bid, but ACC is not even ranked in the top 12,
Yeah,
which is dumb.
that's actually crazy. I didn't even realize that. That's actually
Uh,
crazy.
but if BYU wins out and every team above them wins out as well, like,
They're cooked.
how can you put them in at large?
over Notre Dame though.
Well, if they win out
But what if
first,
Notre Dame
if
wins out? Like,
if
can
they
you
win out, that
really?
means they won their championship. They get an at-large bid.
I
Or
went out in the
not at
regular
large.
season
They get
is
an
what I
auto
mean.
bid. What?
If BYU wins out and plays Tech competitively in the championship game, they really should jump Notre Dame. That's my opinion.
I agree with
Because
that,
I
but
just
will
don't
the
see how
community
Notre
do
Dame
that?
is
I don't
like
know.
I don't see how why Notre Dame is hyped up.
another interesting piece to these rankings is Alabama is still in line to play in the SEC championship game right now because they have the head-to-head
Yeah,
over Georgia.
yeah,
It's lined up to be A&M and Bama right now.
which would be crazy.
Yeah. So that also means that Georgia is sitting at 4 to get a first round bye by not even having to play in their conference championship game,
Oh,
which is kind of nuts.
think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to think like what happens if Bama loses to A&M in the title game, and then you have Bama with like two
Yeah,
losses and a loss on championship Saturday. How do you
there's
compare that to BYU?
Yeah.
I feel
see
like if
that's where you
both,
need
No.
that's where you need that freaking net ranking, bro.
that's what I'm saying.
Like, because
That at least
Bama has really good wins. I mean,
that gives you at
Georgia,
least a, like
Tennessee.
the committee throws out this like they said it in the BYU statement too. They throw out this idea of quality wins and like no one has any idea what that means. Like at least a net ranking would give you a place to start and then you can build conversations off that. It
Yeah,
gives you an ordered like structure of it.
30 seconds.
All right, we wrapping it up.
Yeah. We're
All
gonna
right,
post the
guys.
pick 'em.
Yeah.
Yep, post pick 'em. We'll have some clips out. It was a good pod. We'll have more for you next week. Connor Drake, Ethan Hurst, Will Lehman. We'll see you next time.
Right.